بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة. أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, guys. It looks like we're going to have a very small class today, but alhamdulillah, al-khayru fima qaddarahu Allah. There's good in that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees. So today, guys, before we actually get into the lesson, what I wanted to say was, this is the beginning of week number 3. So a big congratulations if you've been able to stay consistent this long. You'll tend to find, as today is a testament to that, as lessons go on, the level of students that will drop. They might come back again, but it's very difficult to remain consistent. So you guys, mashallah, tabarakallah, if you're here to the end, it's you guys should be proud of yourselves. Second thing, I set homework, and I don't think I gave you guys enough time to complete the homework, if I'm honest with myself. I would love to hear what you guys say in the group chat, so please let me know if you agree or disagree. But what I was thinking, I think it would be better if we just make a little rule and say, look, every Monday, homework is due. Homework will be set and also due. So I should have set you homework on Monday and said the date that I thought you would agree, sister. I can't have nobody else missing work or getting fired because they were studying for Madinah book 2. I can't do that, man. My guilt, my conscience wouldn't let me do that. In any case, yeah, if I set homework on the Monday, you guys have got the Tuesday, Wednesday. Sorry, we don't have class on Monday. Is it Wednesday? Wednesday, my bad. Set it on the Wednesday. So then you got the Tuesday, you got the Friday, you got the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then you got the best part of Wednesday. So homework will be submitted on Wednesday, but I'll probably give you homework on Wednesday and also Friday. My biggest fear, guys, is that if you're not consistently forced to hand in your homework, you might leave it to the last day. You might leave all your homework that you got on Wednesday and on Friday to the following Wednesday and try to rush it. And that's what I don't want. If you think about it, guys, it's the beginning of the 3rd week, right? Today, walillah alhamdu wa shukr, and we've approximately averaging on about an hour and a half per lesson. Let me quickly let Aisha in. We're averaging on about an hour and a half per lesson. We've got 4 lessons up in the course that I've given you guys access to. That's about 6 hours of content, all right, that we've got, and we've only completed lesson number 1. Are all of the lessons going to take 4 sessions to 1 lesson? No, that's not going to be the case. Like today, inshallah ta'ala, once I stop waffling, we're going to get into studying Laysa, all right? Laysa, what it is, what does it mean, what are the grammatical implications. But there's only this rule and maybe one other in lesson 2. Where in lesson number 1, we had 6 different rules to cover, and each of them were quite heavy. They started off heavy, then it got lighter as it went along. Anyway, guys, I'm trying to talk so I can stall some time to let the people, mashallah, look, the brothers are coming in now. Ikhwani, ta'akharatum. My brothers, you're late. But it's all good, akhi. It's all good, ikhwan. I was just explaining the method in which we're going to use moving forward as it relates to the submission of homework. And I basically said, guys, that every Wednesday now I will set homework. Every Wednesday you will be required to submit homework. But I will also set homework on Wednesday and Friday. So you're going to have more time to complete the homework. That's all I said. All right, guys, in a nutshell. And yeah, make most of the videos if you do need to go over anything that I've mentioned in any of the previous lessons. Anyway, congratulations, guys. Like I said, it's the beginning of week number 3, and today we are going to learn about Laysa. Let me share my screen. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, I knew I forgot to do something. Book 2, I believe this is it. share. All right, guys, please let me know once you can see my screen. Is it nice and clear? That'll be much appreciated. Can see. All right, is it nice and clear? Do you need me to go? Excellent. Do you need me to go a little bit bigger? Perfecto. ممتاز. ممتاز. طيب, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In this lesson, we will cover the word Laysa. What does it mean? All right, how do we use it in a sentence and the grammatical implications? Like I said, guys, this is the main rule that we cover in this lesson. However, there's a lot that can be said. I don't want you guys to underestimate what we're going to cover right now. But at the same time, inshallah, we should get through it by today. طيب, so moving on. It says Laysa can be translated as is not. All right, it's used when we're negating. All right, when we're negating, and it is a fi'l, a verb. It's considered to be a verb. It's also madin, meaning it's a past tense verb. All right, guys, meaning it's a past tense verb. And it's also considered to be naqis. It's also considered to be naqis, meaning it's a weak verb. It's a weak verb. The middle letter contains a ya. If you go back up to Laysa right here, guys, we can see that the middle letter right here is a ya. It's also considered to be jamid. Now, the word jamid means it will only ever appear in the past tense form. You will never see the verb Laysa in the present tense. Whereas other verbs like dhahaba, you can conjugate this verb into the present and say yadhhabu, kharaja, yakhruju. All right, jalasa, yajlisu, akala, yakulu. I'm showing you and I'm trying to contrast the difference between the past tense and the present tense in verbs. All right, this is the normal way we interact with verbs. However, as it relates to Laysa, this fi'l is jamid, meaning it will only ever appear in the past tense. So far, Abdullah, when you say no, no, I read no, it's not good. I'm thinking, wow, what did I say? You had me worried there for a second. Before I continue, guys, is everything that I've explained so far clear? The word naqis, the word jamid, the word madin. No, I meant that the quality of the video is good. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So Rayhana said clear. Excellent. Anybody else? Is there any questions, shall I say? Any questions? Afwan, can you repeat? Would you like me to repeat everything, Aisha? Or which up to which part would you like me to repeat? All of it, please. No problem. Okay, I was just basically saying that in this lesson, we're going to cover the verb or the word Laysa. All right? Laysa. We're going to look at what does it mean, how do we use it in a sentence, and the grammatical implication. Similar to inna wa akhawatuha, when we studied, for example, that inna wa akhawatuha only comes in front of nouns. We also studied that inna wa akhawatuha tansibu al-mubtada wa tarfa'u al-khabar. It causes the mubtada to become mansoob and the khabar to be marfu'. We're looking at the grammatical implications, all right? Similarly, we're going to be doing the same for Laysa. All right, we're going to be doing the same for Laysa. There are certain qualities that Laysa shares with inna wa akhawatuha, all right? But then there are some things which they differ in. Anyway, I went on to say, sister, that Laysa is a verb and it can, Laysa can be translated as is not. All right, it's used when we are negating. All right, and it is a fi'l, a verb, and it's also a past tense verb. In Arabic, we say madin. All right, madin. Then I went on to say this verb is what we consider to be naqis. Naqis meaning weak. The middle letter, if you go back up here, sister, and look at Laysa, you'll see that the middle letter is none other than a ya. And then lastly, I said that this fi'l, Laysa, is considered to be jamid. Jamid meaning it will only ever appear in the past tense form and it will not appear in the present tense. Then I gave you examples of regular verbs where we can conjugate according to the tense that we want to express. All right, guys? If we're speaking in the past, we use the past tense form of the verb. If we're speaking about the present, we use the present tense form of the verb. With the verb Laysa, which is madin, yani naqis, wa jamid, it doesn't have this. Does that make sense, Aisha? Barakallahu fiki, let me know. I'm going to continue speaking, but I'll keep my eye on the group chat, inshallah ta'ala. And then I go on to say that, wafiki barakallah. Then I go on to say, Laysa, it acts completely opposite to inna wa akhawatuha. What do I mean by that? We know that inna wa akhawatuha, kama dhakaratu sabiqa, just like I previously mentioned, it causes the mubtada of the nominal sentence to be marfu' and the khabar to be, meaning, my bad, I was reading and thinking about the opposite thing. Let me start again. It acts completely opposite to inna. We know what inna does. تنصب المبتدا وترفع الخبر. Alright, makes the mubtada mansub and the khabar marfu'. ولكن laysa, it causes the mubtada of the nominal sentence to become marfu' and the khabar to be mansub. That's what I intended when I say it acts completely opposite to inna wa akhawatuha. However, it does agree with inna wa akhawatuha in the sense that it will only ever come in front of a nominal sentence. Now, similar to how inna wa akhawatuha, the mubtada, or what was previously known as the mubtada, became ismu inna, and what was previously known as the khabar of the jumla became khabaru inna. The same is true for laysa and words similar to it. The mubtada takes the name ismu laysa, whilst the khabar takes the name khabaru laysa. Ikhwani wa akhawati fillah, please let me know if what I have presented so far makes sense, and then I'll move on accordingly, inshallah ta'ala. Whilst I'm waiting for your responses, you know, our last PDF, or the PDF for lesson 1, there was like 28 pages in total. Alhamdulillah, in this PDF there's only 7. Alright, there's only 7, inshallah ta'ala. Isa makes sense, Farwa makes sense, Aisha makes sense. Shalisha, هل فهمتي ما أقول أو ما قلت? Excellent, makes sense. Okay, we're good. Let's keep moving, inshallah ta'ala. So let's examine the following sentence. I'm going to ask who would like. Zubair, where's Zubair today? Zubair is normally here. Al-Muhim, who would like to come on the microphone? Farwa, Bismillah. Maybe Ukhtani, Aisha and Shalisha might want to come on the microphone today. Allahu A'lam. Abdullah says I wouldn't mind. Okay, Akhi, what I'll do, I'll go to Sister Farwa first, and then I'm going to move on to you, Akhi al-Habib. طيب, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ukhti Farwa. Okay, can you hear me nice and loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear.
Barakallahu fiki. طيب. Alright, let's examine the following sentence. Bismillah.
الماء بارد.
وما معنى أي نعم. Bismillah.
The water is cold.
Alright, now very, basic example of a nominal sentence. Anyone that's, studied nominal sentences in, any type of, a remote amount of detail, or anyone that's done Medina Book 1, you would see that this is an example of a basic nominal sentence. We've got the mubtada, which is ma'rifa, and then you've got the khabar, which is nakira. And the khabar consists of only one word, which is baridun. When we have a sentence like this, we have to add the word is into the translation. That's why we say the water is cold, because literally it says the water cold. Anyway, Bismillah. So when we break down this sentence and we start to analyze, just like we did previously in lesson number 1, the grammatical implications of this sentence, what do we say, sister? Al-ma'u?
Al-ma'u mubtada marfu' wa alamatu raf'ihi ad-dammatu adh-dhahiratu ala akhiri.
Excellent, sister. Sorry. As you read that, subhanallah, I just noticed that I made a mistake. Can you do that one more time for me, please?
Yeah. الماء مبتدأ مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره.
Excellent. And then go on to بارد.
بارد خبر مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره.
Excellent. May Allah bless you, sister. So she said الماء is مبتدأ مرفوع. What does that mean, sister? مبتدأ مرفوع?
That it's the mubtada is marfus. It's got dhamma.
Now, what does mubtada mean?
Oh, mubtada is the subject.
Excellent. And it's in the state of ar-rafa'. It's in the state of ar-rafa'. نعم. وعلامة رفعه
And the sign of and the sign of it being marfu is
الضمة الظاهرة
the clear dhamma
على آخره.
on the end of it.
Excellent. And then we went on to the word بارد and we said خبر مرفوع. ما معنى خبر مرفوع؟
The news is marfu.
وعلامة رفعه
And the sign of it is the clear dhamma at the end of it.
Excellent. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Guys, have you noticed that when we're doing this, what we call al-i'rab, all right, guys, it's a science in and of itself. Notice that there's a pattern. We always say, for example, what the word is, then we say the state that it's in, then we say the sign of it being in that state, then we mention what it is. All right, guys, get used to that whole مبتدا مرفوع وعلامة رفعه كذا وكذا خبر مرفوع وعلامة جره or وعلامة رفعه كذا وكذا. It's a pattern that you'll notice that we do as we go along our Arabic journey. طيب, Sister Farwa, if we add laysa at the beginning of this sentence in order to negate it, so instead of saying the ma or the water is cold, we want to say the water is not cold. All right, the water is not cold. What do we say?
ليس الماء باردا.
Excellent. And can you see, sister, it's done exactly the opposite to what inna wa akhawatuha does. So the last thing I want you to do, sister, before I'm going to go to al-akh Abdullah, is when we break this sentence down and we analyze it, what do we say? Bismillah.
ليس ناقص مبني على الفتح.
One more time, sorry, you broke up a little bit.
Sorry. فعل ماض ناقص مبني على الفتح.
Excellent. This is a fi'l, a verb, like I mentioned to you at the top. And it's madin, meaning it indicates the past. Not the present, but the past. It's also naqis. It's a weak verb, meaning the middle letter has a ya. And it is mabniyun ala al-fath. It is fixed on fatha. All right, the verb laysa is fixed on fatha. We're going to find something, we're going to cover something really interesting shortly. Next one, sister, al-ma'u.
Okay, there's a noon missing from mabni.
So sorry. Oh yeah, you're right. Bismillah, there it is.
اسم ليس مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره.
So no longer do we say al-ma'u is the mubtada like we previously said in the example above. Instead, it now becomes, after the introduction of laysa at the beginning of the sentence, ismu laysa. And remember, guys, al-ma'u baridun, like I mentioned before, is a basic example of a nominal sentence. And laysa comes only in front of nominal sentences. Bismillah. And the last and final word, sister?
باردا. خبر ليس منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره.
Excellent, sister. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. All right, I'm going to mute you now, and then I'm going to let Abdullah come online. Is that okay, sister?
جزاك الله خير.
بورك فيكي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته يا أخانا عبد الله.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيفك يا أستاذ؟
بخير والحمد لله رب العالمين. وأنت كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله أنا ممتاز.
جيد بارك الله فيك. طيب أخي, have you been following so far?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You good? You got no questions?
So far, I mean, I do have a question that I think would jump the gun, but for now, I understand everything, alhamdulillah.
Let's not jump the gun, akhi. Don't shoot.
Yeah.
Don't shoot, akhi. Don't shoot.
I'm sorry.
No problem. All right, please note, all right? To change the khabar, all right? To change the khabar is, sorry, the change to the khabar, my bad, is only going to be visible if the khabar consists of one word. And this isn't the first time we've covered this, all right? But it's the first time I've actually written it in the actual the PDF. Because if you cast your minds back to, if I'm not mistaken, it was the last homework I gave you when you had to add inna at the beginning of some words. There was a sentence that said something along the lines of, and let me know if you guys remember. It said, Innal mudira fi ghurafatihi. Alaysa kadhalik? You guys remember that example?
Yeah, I remember.
Excellent. So when we look at this sentence, inna is harafu tawkidin wa nasb. Then we've got al-mudira, which is ismu inna mansub wa alamata nasbihi al-fatha al-zahira ala akhirihi. And then we've got شبه جملة في غرفته. Where is the change to the khabar? All right, or the khabar being in a state of rafa'. It's not seen, it's not visible. This is what I mean when I say the change to al-khabar. The change that affects the khabar is visible when it consists of one word. إن الماء باردن. The asl is baridun, right? Abdullah. But now it's become baridan because of the introduction of laysa at the beginning of the word, and it's also visible. لماذا؟ لأنه كلمة واحدة. فهمتني يا أخي؟
صح نعم نعم.
بارك الله فيك. If it is a شبه جملة, a phrase, this change will not be seen. However, it is still implied. All right, guys?
Like the example. Yeah, it's like the example in the previous lesson that you just mentioned.
Exactly, 100%. So that شبه جملة في غرفته in the previous example I gave, يعني in lesson number 1, that there, what we would say is that شبه جملة is في محل ماذا؟ في محل رفع. It's in the place of being مرفوع. Why? Because the خبر إن is مرفوع. That is like a قاعدة. That's a rule that you have to remember. You understand?
Yeah.
So you have to start looking at the sorry, I wasn't like directly speaking to you when I say, do you understand?
I'm sorry. I kind of feel like
it's an English thing, man. It's an English thing.
Yeah.
You're American, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
born and raised here, but yeah.
Mashallah, yeah, no, it's an English thing. Anyway, if it's a shibhu jumla, a phrase, this change will not be seen. However, it is implied. All right, guys. In addition to what we've covered so far, it's also permissible, and there are many, many examples. We're going to cover 2 in a minute in the Quran. It's also permissible to add what we call هنا الباء الزائد, an additional ba to خبر ليس. Now you all know that the huruf al-jar, right, are those prepositions that cause the noun that follows it to become what, Akhi Abdullah?
To become in the state, they cause the noun that follows it to become in the state of, majroor. I'm sorry.
That's the one, Akhi. Be confident, Habibi. Be confident.
Yeah.
It causes the noun that follows it to be majroor all of the time. Now, the sign of the noun being majroor 9 times out of 10 is the kasra al-dhahira ala akhirih. However, sometimes there are exceptions. In any case, we know that the khabaru laysa is supposed to be mansoob, sah?
Yeah.
All right. Now, the khabaru laysa, if that ba'u za'ida or ba'u za'id attaches to the khabar, it will no longer be visibly mansoob. It is going to be now majroor. But the that shibhu jumla now, that ba plus the noun is in the place of what, akhi? An-nasb.
Mansoob.
Aywa.
Yeah.
Because that's the qaida. That's the rule. You guys, hit me up, guys, in the group chat. Let me know if you follow what I'm saying so far, please, inshallah ta'ala. But Abdullah, you with me, Habibi?
Yeah.
Okay, Jade. It is permissible to add al-ba' al-za'id to khabar laysa if it is one word. In such a case, the noun will become majroor. Ponder over the following example. I can see, mashallah, Aisha said, makes sense. Farwa says, yeah, understand. Isa makes sense. Shalisha, excellent. Rehana, anti ma'ana? Yes, got it. Okay, Akhi Abdullah, Bismillah. Iqra wa tarjim. Read and translate.
ليس الماء بارد. I'm sorry. ليس الماء ببارد.
Excellent. ليس الماء ببارد. And translate that.
The water is not cold.
طيب. So, أخي عبد الله, عندي سؤال. طيب.
Yeah.
ما الفرق بين الجملتين? What is the difference between الجملتين, the 2 sentences? الجملة الأولى, the first sentence, ليس الماء باردا. والجملة الثانية ليس الماء ببارد. بسم الله أخي أجب.
If you're asking what is the difference in the meaning,
أيوة.
There's no difference in the meaning.
ممتاز. هكذا أخي الصواب. There's absolutely no difference between ليس الماء باردا and ليس الماء ببارد. in the translation. How we break the sentences down is different, but in the translation, there is absolutely no difference. Why? Because this letter here, this al-ba al-za'id, this additional ba, it doesn't change the meaning of what you're expressing. It's just permissible to add the al-ba al-za'id to al-khabar إذا كان الخبر كلمة واحدة, if the khabar is only one word, as you guys can clearly see. What happened, Akhi Abdullah, as a result of the ba al-za'ida at the beginning of the word?
Baridin and baridan became baridin. In other words, it
Baridan
became in the state of
baridin.
mansub.
Excellent. All right. So when we break this sentence down, Akhi al-Habib, Abdullah, and we analyze it, ماذا نقول? What do we say?
ليس فعل ماض ناقص مبني على الفتحة.
There we go again. You can tell that I copy pasted that, right? how many times are we gonna get that noon just being that? Anyway, moving on swiftly. Laysa fi'lun madin. It's a past tense verb. Naqisun. It is a weak verb, i.e. because of the ya in the middle. Mabniyun ala al-fath. It is fixed. It is built on a fatha. Bismillah.
Okay. الماء اسم ليس مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره.
ممتاز. اسم ليس is the noun of Laysa and it's in the state of رفع. It's مرفوع and the sign of it being as such is the dhamma at the end of the word. Bismillah.
الباء حرف جر زائد مبني على الكسر.
Here we go.
على الكسر.
شفته?
Oh, I didn't even realize it that time.
Allahu Akbar. So al-ba'u is a preposition, harfu jarrin za'idin. It's additional. Mabniyun ala al-kasr. It is built on a kasra. Bismillah.
Okay. بباردين, or should it just be باردين?
No, now we're looking at bibaridin together.
Oh, the entire word. Okay. بباردين خبر ليس منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة المقدرة.
Excellent. And I've underlined the word al-muqaddara because it means implied, and this is probably the first time I've ever mentioned it anyway. So bibaridin is the khabaru laysa. Sorry, it's the khabaru laysa. Na'am, it's the news of Laysa, and it's mansoob because it's implied. That fatha al-muqaddara means the implied fatha. You could have said that it's fi mahalli nasb. It's in the place. It's in the place of a nasb. But I'm actually taking. You know what? That's a point, guys. You know what? I'm giving you guys. I can't believe I haven't mentioned this already. When we studied in the Islamic University of Medina, right? We had we obviously read our lessons, right? And then we would oftentimes be told to purchase the mudhakkira for that particular lesson. Let's say the sheikh that's teaching us, he doesn't have a particular book he's going through, but he's made a mudhakkira. I don't even know how to translate the word mudhakkira, or what would that be in English, because we don't have that kind of system where the teacher writes his own notes and then gives it to a photocopying shop, and you go to the photocopying shop to buy the book for the lesson that you're doing. Anyway, cut long story short, when I was in the ma'had some 10 years ago, they had these mudhakkirat being the plural of mudhakkira, for a subject. So I got my mudhakkira for Medina Book 2 right here, guys. I've had this for over 10 years, and I just knew that one day I'm going to need this. I knew I wanted to come back and teach. I never knew I was going to be teaching on Zoom, but I knew I wanted to teach. And to this day, right, I've kept it. I've got the number 1, I've got number 2, I've got number 3, and I've got number 4, I believe, right? And what I'm doing for you guys for the most part is I go through this mudhakkira. So you're getting exactly what the tullab of Al-Madinah, the tullab of the Jamia got. I go through it and I pick out what's munasib, what's suitable, and I type it up. As you can see, it's not, I can't just, it's a lot of work. I got to type up everything. And then obviously I add my own Quranic ayat here and there. But al-muhim, you're getting exactly what we got in the University of Medina. Many people that are studying Medina Book 2 are not going to be looking at Laysa, fi'lun, madin, naqid. They don't study that because it doesn't teach you in the book. I'm sure Sheikh Abdullah, Sister Farwa, maybe Sister Shalisha or Sister Rayhana, you guys have done Medina Book 2 before. I would be very surprised if by lesson number 1 we started doing this. You guys were analyzing sentences. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
I was not. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. This is really good. Alhamdulillah.
The thing is, أخي الخير فيما قدره الله. All good is in that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed. You know, I'm just transporting this information. I would love to take credit for actually writing it. I'm just transporting this information with me. So you know, there's nothing that I've done that's out of the ordinary. It's the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put us all in this position, all at the perfect time, all right, for us to be studying this together. And it's really powerful. Anyway, my point is this extra information that you get, you guys have been given it. I guarantee you find anybody that's studying Medina Book 2 for the first time, give them any sentence and tell them to break it down, and let's see if they can do it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. I'm so sorry, guys, I'm just talking. Shalisha says, what reason would a person add the be if it does not change the meaning? Excellent question. And is it better to attach the be in any specific context? That's by Aisha. To be honest with you, Sister Shalisha, I don't know any type of rule to say that, you know, so if when you're speaking about this, then add the ba, and if you're speaking about this, then don't add the ba. As far as my knowledge goes, my very, very limited knowledge, it's very flexible. You can add the ba if you want, but you don't have to add the ba. You can see examples in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala adds the ba. I don't know if there's any examples where he doesn't, but it's definitely something that you can do. And Sister Aisha, I hope that kind of answers your question as well. All right, I don't know any specific, so I take it. So take it or leave it. But both are correct. Both are correct. Aisha, yeah, I don't know any specific context by which you would use the ba. All right, Akhi. Thank you very much for that. Isam, would you like to read, Akhi? If not, I'll go back to Sister Farwa. Sure. All right, Akhi. Jazakallah khair, Abdullah. Do you mind if I mute you now, Akhi?
Yeah, no problem.
Allah bless you. We're gonna reconvene, Akhi. Don't worry. I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
All right, barakallah fiqh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, Akhi Isam.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How you doing, my brother? كيف حالك؟
بخير الحمد لله. كيف حالك؟
بخير ولله الحمد والشكر. طيب الآن أخي سننظر في أمثلة إلى أمثلة ليس في القرآن. We're going to look at some examples of the word laysa in the Quran, and we're going to apply the exact same rules that we just previously learned. يقول الله تعالى اقرأ.
أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Surah At-Teen, verse number 8. What does that mean, Akhi?
Is not Allah the most just of judges?
All right, now this is a question in if we were to look at it from just like the language, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here isn't asking a question because he doesn't know the answer to the question. It's a rhetorical question. It's a question that doesn't require an answer. It's almost like saying Allah is the most just of all of the judges. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
Excellent. In any case, you got the hamzatul istifham, which we've covered previously, and then you've got the verb laysa. Look at the word Allah. What does it end in, Akhi Isam?
Marfu'.
It ends in a dhamma, which means it's marfu'. Grammatically now, what do we refer to this word as?
The mubtada.
La. Good try, but la. Remember, with the introduction of laysa, the mubtada now becomes what? Can anybody? Labats. Can anybody help Isam out? Ismu laysa. It becomes ismu laysa, akhi.
Okay.
All right. It becomes ismu laysa. Now let's look at the khabaru laysa. Iqra.
So the next ayah.
لا اقرأ بعد after you say أليس الله, what does it say after that?
بأحكم الحاكمين.
Okay, بأحكم الحاكمين. Here is a phrase, the most just of the judges. Here, this phrase is occupying the place of what, akhi?
Sorry? Can you repeat that?
No problem. This phrase, بِأَحْكَمِ الْحَاكِمِينَ, it's occupying what position in this ayah? Anybody in the group chat as well, you guys can answer, no problem. All right, you said Laysa khabar. You went the other way around, Sister Shalisha. Khabaru Laysa. Laysa, it's not Laysa khabar, it's khabaru aywa, hakada. Khabaru Laysa.
Allah is the ismu Laysa, and then the ahkami is khabaru Laysa.
So repeat that again, please, brother.
So Allah in this ayah is the is the ismu Laysa.
Exactly.
And then the following, the ahkamil, is the khabaru Laysa.
Excellent, but it's the whole of that part. Bi ahkamil hakimin, that whole shibhu jumla, that whole phrase is referred to as khabaru laysa.
Okay.
All right, khabaru laysa, and we can see that the harfu jar ba caused the meme to end in a kasra. All right, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's move on. يقول تعالى, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he states,
أليس الله بأعلم بالشاكرين.
all right, so can somebody quickly do me a favor? Can somebody quickly go to Surah Al-An'am, verse number 53, please, and just check the vowel sound on the meme. I'm going to continue speaking, but just check the vowel sound on the meme for me, please. Is it a fatha or a kasra? In any case, the meaning of that means, akhi, iqra.
Is not Allah most knowing of those who are grateful?
Excellent. Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is Allah not the most knowing of those who are grateful? I.e., Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most knowing of those who are grateful. Has anybody been able to find it? And or if not, I can quickly try to check it up now. All right, let me quickly check. I can't. Quran. So sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 second. And verse number 53. Okay, somebody just said it has a fatha on the meme. All right, you see this word? So Isam, there's a lot of feedback coming back from your phone.
Sorry.
No problem.
Background.
All right, that's better, much better. When we look at this word, see, a'lama, alhamdulillah, I didn't make a mistake. The reason why the kasra has not been shown on a'lama is because it's fixed. All right, it's fixed on a fatha, hence why the change hasn't been made. But in any case, the word or the words bi'a'lama bishakirin is in the place of khabaru laysa. If there are any questions, please let me know. All right, akhi, this is the last thing I'm going to get you to read in a minute, so just be patient with me if that's okay. The next question is now, can the khabaru laysa ever appear in front of ismu laysa? As we've covered so far, with the ism and the khabar of laysa, likewise the ism and the khabar of inna, the order is the inna or laysa or la'alla, and then after that straight away we've got the ism of that respective particle, and then after that we've got the khabar of those respective particles, i.e. the khabar comes at the end and the ism comes directly after the particle. So the question is now, is it permissible to switch the order around? You guys following me so far? Isam, you following me?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. In fact, this is also the case for inna wa akhawatuha, meaning we can do it for inna, we can do it for la'alla, and we can also do it for laysa. If the ism laysa, all right, if the ism laysa and the ism inna are both nakira, akh Isam, ma ma'na nakira?
This means indefinite.
Indefinite, i.e. that it's not specific. It's going to have the tanween. All right, it's going to have the tanween. So if the ism of inna or the ism of laysa and their sisters is nakira, i.e. indefinite, and the khabar is shibhu jumla, a phrase. All right, this is when you're going to see the khabar of that respective particle come in front of the ism, the mubtada of that same respective particle. Akhi al-Karim, iqra, ponder over the following.
Inna li akhan.
Inna li akhan. ما معنى أخ؟ أخ.
Brothers.
أو لا أخ ليس إخوة أخ.
Just singular.
ممتاز. So ماذا نقول? What do we say? أخ بمعنى
is singular.
Singular of what?
Singular of brother.
لا, it's the singular of brothers. So it means brother.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry, yeah.
No problem. فإن لي أخا بمعنى, what does it mean أخي?
I have a brother.
Excellent. Indeed, surely I have a brother. Let's look down here because that's where I was reading. We've got inna, harfu tawkidin wa nasb. Then straight after inna, we have a shibhu jumla. Alright? That's that lam, the lam of jar. And this is the ya al-mutakallim. Now, whenever you have a preposition and a noun, or a preposition and an attached pronoun, this is considered to be a shibhu jumla, a phrase. This usually comes at the end. And then we've got the word akhan, right, a brother, which, as we mentioned above, is nakira, is indefinite. So if the ism is indefinite and then the khabar is shibhu jumla, it's permissible to put the khabar in front of the ism. So aslul jumla, if we read over here, guys, where it says aslul jumla, the original sentence was iqra akhi.
Inna akhan li.
Inna akhan li. Inna akhan li. That is the original sentence. Inna harfu tawkidin wa nasb. Akhan مبتدا منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره ولي this is the khabar which is in the place of الرفع. It's in the place of الرفع. But when we're speaking, in fact, we don't say that. We say inna li akhan. So what I want you to do, akhi, I want you to start from here and read and keep going across, and I'm not going to stop you, inshallah ta'ala. By the way, guys, does that make sense? Abdullah, is Bishakirin also khabar laysa? Yeah, the whole thing is. It has what I outlined just now. Does it make sense, guys? Is it clear? Yeah, I understand. You understand? Makes sense. Is it heavy or is it still relatively light in terms of what we've covered so far? In any case, Akhi Isam, please read, bro.
Laysa li akhun. Aslul jumla. Laysa akhun li.
Laysa akhun li. Excellent. Keep going.
Inna tahta sayyarati kalban.
Kalban. Naam. Aslul jumla.
Inna kalban tahta sayyarati.
Excellent. Lastly, I like that, Sister Farwa. Light. You're the only one that said it. طيب, اقرأ.
ليس تحت السيارة كلب.
ممتاز.
أصل ليس كلب تحت السيارة.
Excellent. And guys, as you know, don't worry, this PDF file will be uploaded to the site, and I'll also, inshallah ta'ala, send you an email with it. All right. I forgot to mention as well the answer sheet for all of the answers for lesson number 1. For anybody that hasn't handed in their homework or they want something, physical to go back to other than my scribbles, then you can go back and you'll find the answer sheet on session number 4 of lesson number 1. All right, guys. And I'll also do the same for this video. So whenever we finish, if we do it over 1 video or 2 videos, the answer sheet will be attached to the last video and it will contain the answer sheet for everything. طيب. Any questions, guys? Please let me know. Sister Sharisa, please can you just repeat the explanation of if li and ya is joined? Li and ya. Okay, I think you're talking about this one here. I was saying that, you know, this word li, which is lamul jar, is the lam of jar, you know, the lam of belonging. And then you've got this ya here, which is this letter here is a domir muttasil. It's a connected pronoun. It is the connected equivalent of the detached pronoun ana. All right, it's the attached equivalent of the detached pronoun ana. So I was saying that anytime you have any pronoun, any preposition, any preposition that is connected to an attached pronoun, that relationship, shall I say, that relationship would constitute a phrase. We would call that a phrase. You know, like for example, if I said ala and ka, it would become alayka. If I said ila and ضمير الغائب هاء الضمير الغائب هو, we would say ilayhi. All right, so this is a preposition coming together with an attached pronoun. That relationship there is called a phrase. Hope that makes perfect. Thank you. You're welcome. طيب, Akhi, I'm going to mute you now. I'm going to go back to Sister Farwa. Is that okay, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, Sister Farwa.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, يقول تعالى اقرأ.
أليس منكم رجل رشيد.
What a beautiful ayah. Is there not among you a man of reason? أليس منكم رجل رشيد. Is there not among you a man of reason? طيب أختي, أين اسم ليس؟
رجل.
وأين خبر ليس؟
منكم. Is it منكم?
Excellent. لماذا? Why did you say that?
Because it's a شبه جملة.
Fantastic. What is this شبه جملة comprised of?
So min is خبر and
من is خبر?
Oh, sorry. Min is a harf jar.
Excellent.
And hum is harf jar. Ism majroor, which is a pronoun.
Excellent. It is ism majroor, but yani the first say it's a connected pronoun, which is also ism majroor. Excellent. So what did we say when we've got harfu jar and a connected pronoun together? What does that constitute? What is that relationship made up of? What is that relationship called?
jar majroor.
شبه جملة. Yeah, jar ومجرور شبه جملة. All right, and that's the reason why it has come in front of the ism. Very good. طيب, it says here we can see that ismu laysa, which is this word here, guys. All right, is rajulun, and it is also nakira, and these are from the rules by which we can delay the ism of laysa if it's nakira. It has come after the khabaru laysa, which is minkum, made up of harfu jar, preposition min, and the attached pronoun kum. Because laysa is a verb, we can join an attached pronoun to it. It conjugates just like how other verbs conjugate. Now I want you to ponder over the following. Now, sister, have you studied verbs before?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take the verb, let's take the verb ذهب. All right, if you wanted to say, sister, ذهب meaning what, sister?
He went.
He went. Now, if you wanted to say I went for a male or female, ماذا تقولين?
ذهبت.
Now, if you wanted to say you went, so you're speaking to me, you're saying, for example, you went to the masjid, ya Ismail, ماذا تقولين?
ذهبت.
Excellent. And if you wanted to say you went to a sister, let's say you're speaking to Sister Rayhana, ماذا تقولين?
ذهبتي.
ممتاز. If you wanted to say she went, speaking about Sister Shalisha, you want to say that, she went to the market, ماذا تقولين?
ذهبت.
Excellent. If you wanted to say, for example, a group of people went in the past, ماذا تقولين?
ذهبوا.
ذهبوا. Excellent. Last question. If you wanted to say a group of us went, All right, a group of us went to the mudir. ماذا تقولين?
ذهبنا.
ذهبنا. In the next 30 seconds, sister, explain what you done there.
What do you mean? Oh, I just conjugated.
What does that mean for the person that don't know what conjugating means, and for the person that all they heard is you just changing something on those words? But explain what you were doing.
Oh, I was just changing the pronouns at the end.
Excellent.
Based, yeah, who we were talking about.
Excellent. And what is that? What is that process? What do you do? How do you change it? Give us an example.
So if it's the original word is dhahaba, which is for a male.
Good.
But if about a female, then you just have to add a ta at the end, and then you say dhahabat.
Okay, so depending on who you're speaking about or who you're speaking to, you change the ending of the vowel, or sorry, the ending of the word in the past tense, right?
Yeah.
And if it's in the present tense, obviously that's a whole new beast. We start to deal with other letters and we add them at the beginning of the word. But we're not interested in present tense verbs. Why? Because laysa is a fi'l madin. You with me?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what I was alluding to when I said because laysa, I'm up here, guys, by the way, yeah? Let me put it in the middle. Because laysa is a verb, when we join an attached pronoun, what I mean by that, guys, is, you know, the ta with the sukoon above it, the t, the waw al jama'a when you're speaking about the plural. When you add these attached pronouns to it, we conjugate the word laysa just like we conjugate any other verb. Just like those verbs, the verb that Sister Farwa just conjugated, laysa acts in the same way. So that means now we need to become aware of what letters do we add at the end of a verb on top of the vowels that go above or below those said letters in order to change the person that we're speaking about or we're speaking to. That's what we need to know. If you can learn this, and there's a few, but the most common ones you're going to see at the beginning, right? If you can learn this, your vocabulary will just go like this. It will just explode. Because now somebody can give you any verb, and if you can conjugate it correctly with the correct pronouns, you can now change it from saying you did, speaking about yourself, to you did, speaking to somebody, to they did, to she did, to two people did. It's a tremendous way to expand your vocabulary, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Anyway, without further delay, sister, what I want you to do, I want you to read this sentence on the right, this one here that I'm highlighting. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Excellent. I want you to read the sentence, then I want you to translate it, and then I'm going to take over, right? And then we're going to keep working like that. You read, you translate, then I'll explain what's going on. Bismillah.
Okay. أنا لست مدرسا بمدرس.
Okay.
I'm a teacher.
One more time, sister, repeat it.
أنا لست مدرسا بمدرس. I am not a teacher.
Excellent. Now, when I've got that little what's this called again? This diagonal thing. I forget what it's called. A dash or slash. I forget. Anyway, slash. All right. It doesn't mean that you say both words. I mean that you say either or either. All right, guys? You can say أنا لست مدرسا, or, which is the asl, or you can say يمكن أن تقول أنا لست بمدرس. Anyway, the ismu laysa here, guys, the ismu laysa is the pronoun to, which you guys can see highlighted in red. That is the ism of laysa. It has been attached to the verb laysa because we've conjugated the verb laysa. And as I mentioned before, that laysa conjugates just like all other verbs conjugate. That tu means ana. When we're dealing with verbs, you know, like for example, when we're dealing with nouns, the ya al-mutakallim is equivalent to ana. All right, ana, I. Here, when we're dealing with verbs now, the letter ta with a dhamma on top refers to ana, as you can see here at the beginning of the sentence. Ana lastu mudarrisan. Make sense, guys? Let me know in the group chat. Sister Farwa, that makes sense?
Yeah, so the two is ism laysa.
Exactly. That two is ism laysa. And
So what would we say the ana is then?
What would we say again? Say again.
What would ana be?
Oh,
First.
yeah, this sentence here is a if you look at it, it's a nominal sentence. It's not a verbal sentence.
Okay.
You with me? This particular sentence, if we're looking at it holistically, right? It begins with a mubtada. And the khabar would be lastu mudarrisan, which subsequently is a verbal sentence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm just speaking about now that, like, I'm just from the angle of now we've dived into this sentence. Now we're only looking at lastu mudar. All right, let's say I deleted ana. Let's say we deleted ana and it just said lastu mudarrisan. This is now a verbal sentence. All right, verbal sentence.
Okay.
All right, keep going now. Next one.
أنت لست طالبا. You are not a student.
Or you can say بطالب.
Yeah.
Okay.
أنت بطالب.
Excellent. Now the ta, إخواني وأخواتي في الله, that you can see highlighted in red is our ismu Laysa. Bismillah. And guys, remember, the ism of Laysa is in what state? Rafa', jar, or nasb?
Ism of Laysa is raf.
Excellent. In the state of Rafa'. Excellent. Keep going, sister.
أنت لست طالبا. You are not a student.
That should be طالبة. That should be طالبة, صح?
Yeah.
Sorry guys. أنت لست طالبة or
بطالبة.
excellent. بطالبة. There we go. Bismillah. بطالبة. Alright, now here's where it gets interesting. Bismillah.
حامد هو ليس طالبا.
Good.
Hamid is not a student.
Okay, now when we look at this this example here, I've put huwa in brackets because this is what's implied. Alright, this is what's implied. But really the sentence would be Hamidun laysa taliban or Hamidun laysa bi talibin. Now, yes, this is a nominal sentence just like the aforementioned sentences. Why? Because it begins with the noun Hamid. But if we were to let's say we were speaking about Hamid, me and you, sister Farwa, we were having a conversation and you were talking about somebody called Hamid, and I said laysa taliban. All right, the meaning huwa is hidden and implied inside the verb laysa. Just like when I said to you a little while ago, sister Farwa, ما معنى ذهب? ماذا قلتي? What did you say?
He went.
He went. I said to you, ما معنى ذهب? I just gave you the verb. وقلتي, he went. You used the word he. Why? Because huwa, it is a domir, a pronoun, which we call mustatir. Mustatir, yani it's hidden. We cannot see it. تقديره huwa. It's hidden inside the verb and the implied meaning is he and then the action of the verb. And laysa is no different. When you see laysa as it is the implied meaning is huwa laysa. All right, huwa laysa. So the damir, as you guys can see here, if you cast your eyes over here, the pronoun which is going to be in a state of rafa' is the damir which is hidden, mustatir, taqdiruhu huwa. All right, guys, before the first examples of when we were looking at laysa in a sentence, we would see visibly the ism of laysa, right, guys? We would see it clearly. We would see it clearly. Then we went on to look at examples where the ism of laysa can possibly, sorry guys, the ism of laysa can possibly come at the end of the sentence, only if it is nakira and the khabar is a shibuhu jumla. Then we went on to looking at examples of laysa whereby the pronoun is actually attached to laysa. Guys, stay with me. Follow the steps that we're going through. All right? Follow the steps that we're going through. We looked at examples where the pronoun was attached to laysa. And now we're looking at examples where the pronoun is hidden inside laysa. You guys following those 4 steps? Please let me know.
Yeah.
Excellent. 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 Mumtaz. Mumtaz. I forgot to mention one thing actually. You know when we looked at lastu, lasta, and lasti, did you guys notice that the ya disappeared? The ya disappeared. Usually when we conjugate verbs from ذهب to ذهبت, خرج to خرجت, jalasa to jalastu, we don't delete any letters, but there is a deletion that occurs with the verb laysa. Please make a mental note or write that down, please. Sorry, sister. Can you read from this one, please?
Yeah. Aminatu, shall I read the brackets here or shall I leave that out?
You can read it for to maybe some other people might be getting their head around what is intended. Is it huwa? Is it here or whatnot? So the brackets are only there to help you. Before you read, my sister, Abdullah says, why is it called a weak verb? Who can remember what I said? I mentioned it twice.
Because there's
The
a
ya
ya
in the middle. Sorry, what do you say, sister?
Because there's a ya in the middle.
Excellent. That's the answer, Abdullah. Because the middle letter is a ya. Bismillah, sister. Iqra'i.
Aminatu hiya laysat talibatan or bi talibatin.
Excellent. Once again, إخواني وأخواتي في الله, the pronoun is ضمير مستتر تقديره هي. The pronoun here is hidden inside the verb. And the sign of this verb being feminine is that ta ta'nith. Yani this feminine ta at the end of the verb. Abdullah says, I meant, is it called a weak verb because the ya disappears during the conjugation? Allahu a'lam. I haven't ever heard anybody say it's called a weak verb because of that. I don't believe that's the case. Wallahu a'lam, akhi. I need to double check and get back to you. Sister, can you read the next one, please?
Yeah. نحن لسنا طلابا or بطلاب.
And where's
We
the
are not students.
Good, excellent. We are lasna. We are not students, and the pronoun is na al-mutakallimin, which is the noon that we add when you're speaking about yourself as well as another person or a group. All right, a group. All right, next one, sister.
أنتم لستم جددا or
Good.
بجدد. You are not new.
Excellent. But when you say you, are you speaking about singular, dual, or plural?
Plural. You all are not new.
Masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. If there were one male and two females, then you could still say tum. If there were, two males and one female, you could still say tum. All right? And the pronoun is the additional tum. All right? That indicates antum. اقرأ من فضلك.
أنتن لستن مجتهدات.
Good. Antunna lastunna mujtahid. Oops, guys, sorry. I just want to highlight this in red. Sorry. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Bear with me, guys. I just don't want to forget red.
Is that supposed to be مجتهدات?
Yep. Thank you so much, sister. So just bear with me. Oh gosh. Text. Thank you so much. Yep, you're right. That should be mujtahidatun. Excellent. Well done. Let me just get this off the screen now. Good. Sorry, my attention just went for a little bit. Can you repeat that one more time, please?
Yeah. أنتن لستن مجتهدات or بمجتهدات.
Excellent. What does that mean?
You all feminine are not hardworking.
Excellent. Well done. The second to last one.
الطلاب هم ليسوا صغارا أو بصغار.
Excellent. Where's the pronoun?
The waw.
Waw al-jama'ah. This waw here, guys, this waw here indicates that we're speaking about a group of men in the past. يعني ثلاثة فأكثر. 3 or more. All right. It coincides with hum. All right. It coincides with hum. Last but not least, sister.
الطلاب
Sorry.
هن.
I've just spotted a mistake. It should be هكذا. اقرأي.
Sorry, you know for مجتهدات isn't it, I think it's supposed to be فتحة.
Why do you say, why fatha?
Actually, I'm not sure.
You want this one here?
No, مجتهدات is that because it's خبر منصوب.
خبر منصوب. صحيح. But you know, okay, yeah, that's it. No, you know what? But initially it was this, wasn't it? Oh gosh. Initially it was this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. It just reminded me now, subhanallah. You know, with with plural feminine, sorry, the sound plural feminine. The sound plural feminine, right? Where you add the alif and the ta at the end of the noun, it becomes mansub. It's mansub with a kasra. It's mansub with a kasra. Have you ever heard, like, for example, an example will come to me in a minute. Let's continue, but if I can't think of one by the time the lesson ends, I'll send it in an email or privately, or actually I'll send it to everybody so everybody can benefit. The sound feminine plural becomes mansub with a kasra. Al-kalima, al-kalimat. Naam. Let me see if I can think of an example. Let's keep going, and I'll think inshallah ta'ala before the lesson's done. Let me see if I can find it. Keep going, no sister. الطالبات
طالبات هن لسن متزوجات.
Good. Same again. It's exactly the same example, or it should be B. اقرأي.
طالبات هن لسن متزوجات.
لسنا نعم. Translate.
You students are not.
Did you say you students?
No, sorry. You all.
No. You remember you're saying الطالبات hunna. What does hunna mean?
Hunna means oh, sorry, they.
Excellent. So how would you translate it?
Those students are not married.
Excellent. Yani, are we speaking about male, female?
Female students.
Excellent.
They students are not married.
Excellent. And the ismu Laysa is the noon and niswa. That is the feminine noon. Guys, we've only got one more page, and then we've finished. How long? Oh gosh, we've just gone over. No worries. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy that I've delivered all of the grammar. I would have loved to actually started the exercise today, but no worries. All right, let's go over. It says Fa'ida. Sister, do you mind if I mute you and give Abdullah a chance now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Barakallah fiqh. Thanks for your time. Assalamu alaikum, Akhi Abdullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How you doing, Akhi?
I'm doing better, alhamdulillah. It's kind of a heavy lesson, but I like the challenge and it's good.
Wow, subhanAllah, that's really interesting. You found this heavier than the previous lesson?
Well, yeah, because I knew the basics of Laysa, but I did not know all these extra details that you are mentioning, and I like the challenge. Jazakallah khair.
Barakallahu feek, akhi. You're more than welcome. Just on that note, does anybody else in the group chat, Lu'ay, I haven't heard from you today. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Sister Shalisha, Rayhana, Isam, Farwa. How are you finding the lesson? Have you found it too heavy? Should I have split this over 2 lessons? Let me know, guys, how you feel. I'll be checking the group chat. In any case, it says at the top of this page, Akhi Abdullah, Fa'ida, which means a benefit. Let's observe the following sentence. Iqra.
اسمي بلال ibn Hamidin.
All right, guys. Now this sentence isn't, written correctly, but I wanted you guys to see each individual word. Ismi, my name is Bilal ibn, the son of Hamidin, of Hamid. Now, when reading this, when we read, when reading, what am I talking about? Now, when reading, we read the above like this. Iqra ya Abdullah.
Ismi Bilalu ibn, Ismi Bilalu. Yeah, okay, because I know I'm supposed to merge the lam with the ba.
That's it.
Ismi Bilal ibn Hamidin.
Excellent. One more time, Akhi al-Habib.
Ismi Bilal ibn Hamidin.
Exactly. Without me interfering, what did you do, Akhi?
You mean in terms of the grammar? What letters have we taken out?
No, I mean everything. Like if you were to compare the first sentence up here, where it says Ismi Bilalun ibn Hamidin to Ismi Bilal ibn Hamidin, just explain to me to the best of your ability what you did. What's the difference between the two?
Well, first of all, it was a lot smoother, but second of all, we deleted the dhamma from Bilal, and we deleted the fatha from the beginning of Ibn.
There's no fatha at the beginning of Ibn Habibi.
No, I'm sorry, not fatha, alif.
Is that called alif? What's the name for that letter there, guys? Hamzatul Wasl. Barakallahu feek.
Hamzatul Wasl.
Aywa. That's Hamza al-Wasl. Hamza al-Wasl. May Allah bless you, Akhi Isam. Al-Muhim, as you said, my brother, what we did here, as you can see, the tanween is dropped from the word Bilal. Bilalun up here now became Bilalu. Why was this done? For ease of pronunciation. You know, just a little while ago, Sheikh Abdullah, you said it was much smoother. And that's how the Arabs like to speak. They like to make the language as easy and as fluent and as harmonious on the tongue as possible. And this is done for ease of pronunciation. Always, the Hamza al-Wasl is deleted from the word Ibn because it appears between two proper nouns. First noun being Bilal and the second noun being Hamid. They're two proper nouns in the English language, right? So when the word Ibn appears between two proper nouns, the Hamza of al-Wasl, Mahdhuf is deleted. You take it away. All right? You take it away. And you go straight from this letter here to the ba. All right? Then it goes on to say, notice the end vowel sound on the word ibn, which is this one here, this dhamma on the noon, all right, is the same as the word Bilal. They end with the same vowel sound. This is because it is acting as a na'at. I'm so sorry, guys. Somebody's knocking on the door whilst I'm teaching. This is because it's acting as a na'atu, the adjective, and as a result, it will follow the word it qualifies in al-i'rab, case endings. Now, I know that last bit may have went over some of your heads, but don't worry. You don't have to remember, because we did do this in Madinah Book 1 for those of you that are on the course. You don't have to remember the rules pertaining to an-na'tu wal-man'ut, or sometimes it's referred to as as-sifa wal-mawsuf. You don't have to remember it. All I want you to pay attention to is Bilal here is the son of Hamid. So because Ibn Hamid is Bilal, these two words are the same. So as a result, they're going to be the same in their gender. Bilal's obviously masculine, so we say Ibn, we didn't say bint. They're going to also be they're all going to be the same, in their case endings. And this is what I mean by it qualifies in i'rab, the case endings. If Bilal, for whatever reason, had a fatha, then you're going to see Ibn have a fatha because they're one and the same people. If Bilal ended in a kasra, you're also going to see the word Ibn end in a kasra. Ikhwani wa akhawati fillah, before I wrap it up, please let me know, does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. I just have one question though,
Ask,
because
ask
I'm
two.
kind of
No problem.
analyzing a little bit. Is Ibn Hamidin in the second sentence, is that an idafa construction?
Excellent, akhi. Absolutely excellent. That's an anytime you have the son of somebody, it's always going to be idafa. It's always going to be
That's why.
idafa. I'll give you another one. Anytime you have a connected pronoun, right? A connected pronoun. كاف المخاطب أو المخاطبة هاء الضمير للغائب أو الغائبة. All right? Anytime you have a connected pronoun to a noun, it will also be إضافة construction. كتابك الإضافة. قلمك الإضافة. بيتها الإضافة.
And so that's why technically ibnu, the ending haraka on ibnu matches the ending haraka on Bilal.
Of course, but that's not because it's not because of the idafa. That is because of the na'at wal man'ut rule.
Oh yeah.
Because
okay.
As we say in Arabic, an-na'tu, the adjective, which is obviously here ibn, yattabi'u, it follows al-man'ut, the noun that's being described by the adjective in those areas that I mentioned, in the gender, in the case endings, in the number, i.e., if it's singular, if it's dual, if it's plural, and also in في التعريف والتنكير, in being ma'rifa or being nakira, being definite or being indefinite. Bilal, the word Bilal, هل هو معرفة أو نكرة أخي?
It is definite.
Of course, all proper nouns are always definite. طيب ابن, هل هو معرفة أو هل هو نكرة أخي؟ معرفة لأنه معرفة بالإضافة. معرفة بالإضافة is definite due to its place that it occupies in the sentence. With that being said, guys, we have ended lesson number 2. I thought in my wishful thinking that we were going to actually read and I was going to set you a whole bunch of work, but al-khayru fima qaddarahu Allah. There's goodness in that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed. Anyway, what I'm going to set for homework is for you guys to go over this video, to go over these rules, to understand Laysa and the different stages that it went through, all right, how it's conjugated. I do understand it's probably slightly heavy. And then next lesson, we're going to actually start from the hiwar, the dialogue. We're going to read, and hopefully I'm going to get the text on the screen by then, and then we can go through the answers, all right? We can go through the exercises. I'll set some for homework, others we can do in class, and then inshallah ta'ala we can just benefit like that. Guys, before I knock it on the head, are there any questions? Jazakumullahu khayra. Any questions, guys? Abdullah, عندك سؤال?
Oh yeah, I did have one. I totally forgot about this. It was the one that I thought was jumping the gun, but I found an example later on in the lesson where in the beginning of the lesson you put Laysa at the beginning of the sentence, but then in the previous page you put Laysa after the subject, like Hamidun Laysa Taliban.
No.
Does Laysa, does its position in the sentence affect its meaning in any way?
No, not at all. I mean, if Laysa begins the sentence, then that sentence would just be referred to, as I mentioned to, I believe it was Sister Farwa, it would be referred to as a verbal sentence, a jumla fi'liya. But if it comes after like a noun, ana lastu bi talibin or taliban, for example, then this is a nominal sentence because it begins with a noun, ana, in this case, in this example. Having said that, what I was focusing on is if we were just analyzing the Laysa and the rest of the sentence, how would we understand it? That's what the intention was behind that one, akhi.
Okay, so technically we have two sentences. One is a verbal sentence, one is a nominal sentence, but they both mean exactly the same.
Exactly. You're speaking about when we said, for example, if I'm going to scroll right up to the beginning, al-ma'u baridun, And then Laysa al-ma'u baridan. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Is that what you're referring to, my brother?
Yeah. Jazakallah khair.
My pleasure, man. Thank you for coming, Akhi. Thank you for, dedicating 1 hour, 24 minutes and 5 seconds of your life to me, Akhi. I appreciate it, man. This was a great lesson. Thank you. My pleasure, sister. Jazakallahu khaira. Barakallahu fiki farwa. This is what I'm here to do, to provide the best possible service that I can provide. And I'm happy that you guys are choosing to spend your time learning the blessed Arabic language from me. And guys, please, I got one small request. I don't even think I've asked anybody this before that I've taught, man. My small request is this. You're trusting me to teach you guys the language. Just please make dua for me. That's all I request. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts it from me. And He rewards me generously in this life and in the hereafter. And if anything should happen to me in the near future, Allah forbid, then just keep make sure you keep this khair going. Teach people, teach people whatever you learn, in hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow those deeds to continue for all of us, inshallah ta'ala. You with me? That's what it's about, man. Spreading the khair, and whatever you do to the best of your ability. And as I mentioned, for maybe like the third time or the fourth time now, al-khayru fima qaddarahu Allah. Al-khayr, kull al-khayr fima qaddarahu Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All goodness is that in that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
And alhamdulillah ala kulli shay.
هكذا أخي، هكذا كلام المؤمن، هكذا كلام المؤمن. صح ولا لا؟
صح.
نعم.
Allah يجزيك خير.
آمين يا رب. وأنت كذلك أخي الحبيب. Request was already granted time ago. I appreciate that. Make dua for us when you go. Yes, for sure, man. You know what I'm hoping if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grants me life and grants all of us life and grants me good internet connectivity, that perhaps one of the days that, I'm not teaching, it's going to be quite strenuous. I'm going as a tour guide, so I'm going to have to be doing a lot of talks and whatnot. But if I do get like a spare hour, 2 hours, I'll send you guys a message to say, look, let's see if the Zoom will work, and maybe we can have a lesson live from Hajj. That'll be pretty nice, man. I've never done that before. Anyway, that'd be really nice. But anyway, man, I'm gonna remember all of you in my adiyah, inshallah ta'ala, and I ask you guys to also remember me and my family and all of the Muslims around the world. And yeah, we just keep striving, ikhwani wa akhawati fillah. As you can see, I'm not bothered how long this book takes us. I think I did market the course as a 4-month course, but I don't care how long it takes us. What I care about is by the time you guys finish this book, you know every single grammar rule, every single letter, what it means, the grammatical implications. If you forget it later on, that's fine. You got your notes to go back to refresh your mind. That rhymes, right? But it's all good, man. But you're going to understand this book like the back of your hand. That's my task. Whether it takes us 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or a year. I just hope you guys can be patient with me. Anyway, guys, I'm waffling again, man. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.